A very good evening and welcome to the MODUS Super Series here on Sporty Stuff TV and on the MODUS Super Series YouTube channel, where by the end of play this evening we will find out the full 6-player field for finals night here in week 2 of Series 3. We already knew that Leonard Gates was through to the big occasion tomorrow night. He danced his way to glory on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, but this afternoon saw the conclusion of Group C, and this was how it panned out. Gary Hayes was our ADC qualifier this week. He showed us some moments of brilliance. He actually rounded off with a 99 average to his campaign. Luke Getty had a brilliant second day here at the Super Series. He didn't win a game on Thursday, but he managed to pick up 3 wins today. Applauded by Gary Hayes. As for Larry Butler, the American Eagle, he showed glimpses of his brilliance and he landed this 103 checkout. As for Callum Francis, on debut, 3rd place finish is not a bad result for him. He was in the race for qualification up until close to the very end. But it was John Brown, the man who won 5 from 5, who finished 2nd in the group. He got the better Gary Hayes there 4-1. But Conan Whitehead, he was the man to beat, the Barbarian, putting everyone under the sword by finishing top of the Group C table. So then that was how Group C panned out. Delighted to say we're in the company up on the balcony once again with Corinne Hammond. Corinne, you're looking forward to this, aren't you?
I am. It's a real novelty to be here on a Friday night. I did say it was a little bit odd that there's no one here because I'm quite used to being here on Saturday night finals night. So, yeah.
You enjoyed being on the balcony with me so much. You just had to do it twice this week.
Oh, yes. Very much so, Henry. Can't get enough of it.
I bet. Well, let's have a look at the Group C table then, following the completion of 10 games for all the players. Conan Whitehead went out from John Brown, 16 points and 14 points, respectively. Brown, who won all of his games on Thursday, Whitehead winning all of his games on Friday. So that is how Group C ended up in terms of the table. Let's have a look then at the stats from that session. You love the stats slide, don't you?
Love the stats, Henry.
So here is the stats slide from Group C. We saw 78 legs played. We saw a high average of 99.33, an 83.06 overall average, and a checkout ratio of 30.58%. So that was how Group C finished, but we're here for Group B, aren't we, Colin? And after the first night, things are finally poised.
I know there were some fantastic matches that happened last night, so I'm hoping we're going to see the same again tonight. Good news for all of us viewing is that there's no one that's outstanding in the table. Everyone lost at least one match last night, so there's all very much to play for. Still 3 spots up for grabs, so I'm hoping for some real thrillers.
Let's have a look then at the table following the conclusion of the first day's play. Owen Bates led the way, or leads the way at the halfway point. He picked up 6 points, 3 wins from 4. As Colin rightly mentioned, every player at least lost 1 game yesterday. And really, it looks as if the battle is going to be for 2nd and 3rd in that field of Rob Collins, Adam Hunt and Colin Osborne. But we shouldn't rule out Prakash Jiwa.
No, definitely not. I mean, he played some, his opening match was a little bit under par with what the rest of the evening was, but still some, some fantastic matches that were going on. So you can't underestimate anyone.
That is for sure. That is how the table looks. Let's see what the bookmakers think about proceedings here this evening, because we can have a look at the outrights, which, as you'd expect in a tight group such as this Group B, that it can be a little bit difficult to price apart. We'll have a look at that in just a second. Let's get... Oh, actually, we can actually have a look at that on our screen now. It's led by Owen Bates. Perhaps not a surprise, because he is top of the table. It's a tight table. They're backing their odds with him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably the safe bet. So, you would think with him coming into tonight, being at the top of the table, he shouldn't get any further lower than 3rd, that he should be one of the 3 that gets through.
And in terms of the other players in the group, Corinne, who are you expecting tonight to have a real good push, a real good run, and will steal their places into tomorrow night's finale?
I quite fancy Rob Collins making a big push tonight, actually. I mean, he's had a few runs here at the Super Series before, so knows what it's all about, and he is a quality player. I mean, in fairness, I haven't seen him play for a little while, but knowing what, he's like, I do expect him to make it through.
You know Group B well enough by now to kind of know the ins and outs of it. How crucial is it for those players to get off the mark quickly tonight, get the points on the board? Because chasing in this group may not even be an option because you're out of it already.
No, and you don't want to rely on results of other matches to see you through. You want to be able to get out there, win your games, get your points and secure yourself outright without having to be sitting in the room watching the others play and you know, biting your fingernails, waiting for the result.
Let's see what your fellow pundit Scotty Dog Mitchell makes of tonight's action, because these are Scotty Dog selections. Who let the tips out? So, Osborne against Collins. Osborne, highest checkout at 4-6. Collins going to kill me up here. Bates against Jiwa. Bates most 180s at 8-11. And Hunt against Collins. Adam Hunt with most 180s 11-8. That pays out just under 6-1. Colin, I've completely lost the plot. But what do you make of those selections from Scott Mitchell?
I just completely didn't hear any of that because I was still dumbfounded by who let the tips out. Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to go with Scotty. Yeah.
Shall we get the darts on very quickly?
Yeah, please, can we?
Yeah, I think we'll get the darts on. We kick off with Colin Osborne up against Rob Collins. It's our first game of the year. We're looking forward to a fantastic Friday at the darts. Colin's going to make their way down to the commentary box to join Scott Mitchell. Scott.
Oh, well, welcome back to the commentary box. I think I've saved Corin there. Wow. So we open up with tonight's game with Rob Collins versus Colin Osborne. This was the last game of last evening, so as you probably well know, the fixtures from evening 2 in Group B, evening 1 in Group B are reversed on evening 2. So the last game you saw last evening, if you were with us in the early hours, that's the return now in the first game of this evening. Rob Collins, Bognor Regis. Done another day's work today before he returned here to the Super Series. Colin Osborne, man from Middlesbrough, his hometown. He's in 4th in the table at the moment, and I thought his odds were quite short considering that he's in 4th place and he's a little bit behind on legs difference. But all the players have 4 games to sort that out.
Game on.
Colin, incidentally, in that last game of last evening, beat Rob Collins 4-3 with a 98 average, and that happened to be the highest average 59 of the evening last night. Rob Collins straight into the lipstick.
$41.
Slow start from Colin with the darts.
$41.
Rob Collins didn't really jump on that poor score from
140.
Colin Osborne. And Colin Osborne jumped straight on the poor score of Rob Collins. And Rob is following him in here.
140.
Almost our first 180 of the evening, Corin.
Oh, what a way for me to join this match here, thinking that that was going to be the first 180 of the evening. And I did just say up on the balcony with Henry that I expected Rob to do well tonight and see himself
60.
through to tomorrow night's final. And so far, so good from him.
Yeah, Owen Bates is a surprise leader of the group for some, but not for the way that he's played all week. He's quite a mature young man, and we'll see a little bit more of how he handles being top of the group early doors this evening. Just the 4 games to do anything about it, with the groups being smaller in the evenings.
139. Robucan 95.
That was a great setup shot from Osborne there.
Half-hearted attempt from tops there from Rob Collins.
62.
Yeah, a bit of an odd way to go, if I do say. I would have fancied him to go for the 25 ball route.
Game shot on the first leg. Colin Osborne.
And there we go. First leg of the match to Osborne. Was a hold of throw, though.
I like that way, the 54 for double four. It's the way that I go
Second leg
for
drop to throw
62.
first. Game
It's
on.
just, I think that when you go for the 54 in that manner, the double four is just across the way a little bit. And you haven't got to go too far, and it's not too much of a different dart. So it's a way that I like to do it. And
83.
I can see that Oz does a few little shots like that as well, and he'll keep our spotters on their toes this evening.
I mean, if you like double four, that is a great way to go. I always say double four can be quite a quick
45.
trip to double one.
And that is a valid point, actually. That is a valid point. I think the treble 10 and then scooting across the board to double 16 is
139.
a distance to travel, but hey, we are the elite. We're supposed to be doing those things without blinking.
41.
Two poor shots from Osborne to open this leg, but what is in his favour that it is Rob Collins darts. I'm going to get confused
99.
having a Colin Osborne and Rob Collins during this match.
We had a Collins last night. It was it was a quite a strange one. Me and Murph.
As I was saying, it is Rob's darts, so you expect him to be able to hold his darts in this leg. So not so bad that he's so far behind.
$100.
So Rob Collins first to a finish. Osborne's going to have to hit a 140 to do the same. So
60.
it's looking
Rob
very
Milcar,
much like
80.
minimum of 6 darts from here, Rob Collins, but he'd like to do it in 2.
Game shot
and
on the
in
second
2
leg.
he does
Rob
it.
Collins.
A nice 80 check out there to hold his throw and make this match 1 apiece. Oh, can you see this going all 7 legs again tonight, Scotty?
Well,
Like Colin
I'm
to throw
hoping so.
first.
Last
Game
night
on.
it was like I say, a 98 average for Colin, and Rob was there with a 90. So it was an intriguing match, and we knew it could be pivotal in the outcome of the group last night. It could have made a difference, and it did, because it obviously jumped Colin up onto 4 points with that chasing pack. So he'll be hoping for another win this evening, and he has the
58.
darts, so you should favour that he should hold his throw. But this is darts. You never can tell.
No, you never can tell, and that's why we love it, because anything is possible.
140.
In some situations, it's easier to try and break the throw than hold your throw mentally.
Yeah, and in such a short format as this is, being only a 7 legs,
93.
You don't get much opportunity to be able to break. So, you know, you need to do it straight away, break and hold. And obviously for Rob Collins, he needs to have a break here if he's any chance of winning this match.
95.
And the way the throw is decided is obviously because there are 2 evenings of this. One player gets the throw on one night and one player starts the throw on the other. You couldn't get more evenly
123.
matched. You couldn't get more fair.
Well, Osborne not on a finish here with 166, but does have the perfect opportunity to set it up quite nicely. Should move over to the 54.
134.
And able to land it too. And he'll be back for the 32 because Collins is way back on the 227.
Collins will be looking to assert pressure here.
99. Colin Milcar, 32.
.32 incoming for Osborne. We see him more up on tops.
No score.
And maybe that's
Rob
the reason
Milcar,
why.
128.
Oh, now we need the bullseye. Oh,
103.
just shy of that.
Colin Milcar, 32.
So both haven't had a poke at a chance to win in 15 darts. Osborne now right on the wire, needs to go over. What a
No
great
score.
camera angle
Rob
that
Wilcar,
is,
25.
showing how close Osborne's last dart was. So Rob Collins now to tidy this 25.
Getting shot on the third leg. Rob
And
Collins.
doesn't mess about with it either. So there's the first breaker throw in this match. But as we do like to say, a break's not a break until you can hold. So it's all up to
Fourth leg Rob to
Rob
throw
here.
first. Game on.
Very much so. I was trying to explain this week as well. Well, 180 isn't a 180 until you back it with something.
Yeah, the 26 after doesn't really make it look all that great.
46.
It looks better if you go 2 tons, doesn't it, really? That the score chart looks 10 times better with 2 tons rather than a 180 and a 26. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
$100. $99.
Rob wasn't one of the players that I actually tipped to get out of the group
Really?
last night. I sort of like the look of Owen Bates and Adam Hunt and
140.
Colin Osborne, and I said that Rob would be in the mix. Prakash won't be far away either. He had a 97 average last night, and if he can find some more of that form,
87.
he can get himself back in there.
I mean, it's a very tight group. There's no standout leader. I mean, Bates does have that slight advantage being 2 points ahead, but with the
95.
following 3 on 4 points, and then Prakash still only back on 2. So, yeah, it's all to play for.
I know we're only 3 legs in, but
97.
the averages show that Rob Collins is probably good for his 2-1 lead.
$43.
Oh, Osborne not able to do off the 166 he did in the previous leg. Mind you, he did have 6 darts off 32 and wasn't able to convert that either. So,
Yeah, that is another
26.
oh,
Colin
to hurry the match.
123.
The one thing with Rob, when you play him, you never not know when he's had a bad dart.
yeah, you know what he's thinking. Bullseye for Osborne.
98.
He finds a
Rob
25
Wilcar,
as well. So the
146.
pressure's really on Rob here for this 146. Oh, is he going to stay there? I think he will. Yep. Double 13. What
Getting
a
shot on the
great
fourth
dart
leg,
for a
Rob Collins.
146 checkout under pressure from Rob Collins. That was a fantastic shot. And importantly now, he takes a 3-1 lead in this opening match.
And you go that way
You
as a
play
player
Colin
because you
Osborne
really
first,
do
game
feel
on.
you're only going to get 1 dart at a double. So it doesn't matter what double you get a dart at, you just back yourself to get a dart at 1.
Yeah, exactly. And when you have a perfect first dart sider such as that, it seems silly
123.
to go switching around the board.
No, totally agree with that. And that's something that's creeping into the game. We're seeing that more, you know, the 142 and 2 treble 20s and a double 11. And
I'm a big fan of that.
I think
60.
we saw Conan this week do the treble 20, double 17 route for a 154.
$100. $57.
Still holds throw here, plus these on top.
140.
Which that should now see him favourite for the leg.
Doesn't want to start mucking around on his
43.
finishing though,
Colin
because
Osborne, 138.
it only takes one big shot from Rob here and he'll be straight back in this leg.
And it only takes 1 leg of chasing around the board after a double to destroy your own confidence at times.
Absolutely. We've all been there.
It's so easily done, and it's you think you've got time, you just take your foot off the gas.
44.
It's
Osborne's made a bit of a mess off that 138, but he does have the luxury of time. And Collins isn't going to be able to leave himself a finish now after that first start there.
57.
We've still got at
Collins'
least
last score
6
was
from the
44.
93.
Yeah, Rob Collins' first 12 darts, he's been chasing around the board. That first one being under the treble 20 causes him a problem. And he heads off to the 19s. And then just under the 19s, that flight
Collins'
kicks
last
up and he has
score
to head
was
off to the 18s
44.
again. So he finds himself chasing around the board.
He's very much a player that when his first start goes in, at least one or two others will follow. But yeah, you're right. When he does drop below that 60 with the first start, he does straight away drop down to the 57, and below that then goes back up for the 54.
Collins' last score was 44.
Paul Hinks, our
Should
fabulous
leave
referee,
94.
just getting the score corrected here.
Yeah, he's noticed that obviously one of our production team has misheard the score. Scorer's just sorting this out. In this situation, it probably is Osborne that's affected more than Rob Collins, because Rob is way back on 3-4-1 and isn't going to get a go at it anyway. And Colin should be on 94. Bit of camaraderie up there between the two while there's a wait. Paul Hinks, our referee, spotted the mistake immediately.
Rob's score was 57, his last score. Colin Osborne, 94.
94 it is. And after all that, he's able to finish it off.
Yeah, thank goodness. You don't like breaks like that affecting games, do you, as a player? You do get concerned at times.
And actually, I'm quite sure that Rob
Six
Collins
leg
will be
Rob
happy
to
that that
throw
leg's
first.
over with
Come
and now he can start again.
Yeah, indeed. It's eradicated from the board, yeah.
$59.
Seems to have lost his trebles here for a minute. He's going to have to find them again quickly, though, if he wants to be able to close out this match. I'm sure he does not want it to get to 3-all and then Osborne have the darts in the 7th leg.
Well, no, in his head, he's thinking he's already done the damage of breaking. It's like we said, a break isn't good unless you then go and hold your own throw.
137.
Which he did do, so that's why he does now have the luxury of trying to play out this match in the 6th leg. Was better from him that time.
60.
Osborne's the one here that doesn't really want to be leaving anything behind in this leg, because if he lets his opponent get away, which is what seems to be happening.
180.
Oh, now we have it, the second 180 of the match, and he was obviously feeling very confident there, because had he have missed that treble 20, he wouldn't have left himself a finish.
60. Robbie O'Carr, 125.
4 180s for Rob Collins last night. That was his first of the evening.
105.
Lovely little setup there to leave 20. Osborne left way back on 3-2-1, knowing that these are probably his last 3 darts of this match.
140. Robbie O'Carr, 20. Game shot in the match, Rob Collins.
So, a 4-2 win there for Rob Collins in our opening match this evening. Colin Osborne left wanting there a little bit. Just under 90 in the averages, but it's the 4 out of 6 on the doubles worth the turning point for Collins. Look at Colin Osborne there, 2 out of 10. That may be where early doors it was the frailties. So go grab yourself a cuppa and we'll be back after the break.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where Rob Collins has got the first victory of the night against Colin Osborne by 4 legs to 2. It leads him in the race for one of those top 3 positions, and the hunt is most certainly on. Talking about hunt, here's Adam Hunt. He's in action in our second game. He takes on Owen Bates. This was their last fixture of yesterday. It's their first fixture of today. And before we head over to the commentary team, just a little bit of a stat, because I know how much Corinne loves her stats. 180 in the previous game meant that the total for 180s in this series has topped 400. Fantastic stuff. From the power scorers to the power talkers, here's Corinne and Scott.
Thanks there, mate. Ruined my link coming in. Been writing that for 10 minutes during the break, and you stole it. So thanks, Big H, up on the balcony.
We'll say it one more time. We've reached 400 180s in this series so far. And for this week, we've just gone out to 181.
And you've just told me other stat. Thanks
Ah.
very much for that, Corin.
Hey,
Love that.
That's the only stats I'm good for.
Absolutely. So, looking forward to this game. Owen Bates topped the group overnight. He had a good Group A campaign and just fell short of going through at top. On his debut, he was very impressive in Group A for the first 3 days. And last night, he brought that here and played extremely well to top the group in what is a very even and very tough group. I know he only topped it by 2 points, but he was impressive.
Maybe he's just finding his rhythm now. 5th day of play in a row, and he's getting there. And if you want to peak, you want it to be at the end of the week, right before finals night.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
You want to peak on finals night, to be fair, not before it.
But you've got to be in it to win it, Corin. So you've got to get there. Yeah, Owen won this fixture last night 4-3.
100.
Adam Hunt had the higher average with a 91, and Owen had the darts then as well. So it showed that he controlled the leg game by winning it 58. With an 87 on the lower average.
Yeah, but as we know, Scotty, averages don't define matches, do they?
No, not at all. And I keep trying to express to young players that an average is it's kind of handy when you've lost to know how you've played, because sometimes you don't always read very well how well you've actually played during a match. You can make a mistake and think you've played rubbish, and in fact you have just made one mistake and you were brilliant all the other times.
140.
Well, Hunt sees himself on 106 after 12.
174.
Oh, and that's fantastic darts there from Bates to leave himself 36. Now this 106 is under pressure. The 32. And what a great finish for Hunt. A 106 checkout to give him the first blood in this second match of the evening. Importantly, being able to hold his throw.
Going to throw first. Game on.
Because Bates was right there waiting to have a go at that 36.
85.
These are two exciting players to watch. Obviously, Adam Hunt, we know all about Adam. He's had his tour card and unfortunately just came off it this year.
26.
That finds him with probably a very busy season with other comps that he can now do that you couldn't when you
140.
had a tour card. And Owen Bates, he's sort of fresh-faced, been at Q School, been on the development tour, had made 2 finals of the Challenge Tour a couple of weeks back.
139.
Put him right up there at number 6 in the Challenge Tour rankings. And in fact, he has an invite to the Pro Tours to have a go in his first Pro Tour on Sunday.
Oh, that's amazing for him. And only 20 years of age. Scary how great these youngsters are, Scotty.
Absolutely. You watch him counting. His counting is superb.
136.
I believe he's an accountant by trade, and this is what he does for fun.
58.
We all do it for fun. No, but if he's got the counting down pat, then he's halfway there. And if he can back that up with some good board management and being able to hit doubles, then, you know, he's the total package then, isn't he?
Yeah, good visit there from Adam Hunt to hit the 133. That leaves him 120, and he only needs to really hit one treble to leave a go at a double.
30.
Owen Bates has made a
scruffy
visit, I think, would say. So that's given Adam Hunt another chance at a ton plus finish. It's tops up for Hunt.
Game shot on the second leg. Adam Hunt.
100 shot out in a row.
Yes, that was some more fantastic finishing from Hunt there. And
then I got him to throw first. Game on.
2 legs up.
$26.
Sure, Owen Bates will rue not getting a dart.
140.
At that 78. Should have just got the one, really. A bit wayward on his big numbers. Means he didn't get a shot.
121.
Adam Hunt with all the confidence from 2 legs on his side of the scoreboard with 200 finishes. 200 plus finishes.
140.
One thing I've noticed about Owen Bates this week is that he doesn't get his head down. You know, he forgets it as fast as it happens, and it's going to be a really good
60.
trait that's going to stand him in good stead in this young man's career.
Absolutely.
100.
A nice tidy ton there. We'll see him come back for the 1-2-1 and see if he can have his own ton plus checkout.
If Hunt hits another one there, which he has hit another 20. You wouldn't want him going at it, would you? With his form so far in the good first start. Gone 11, bullseye.
84.
Oh, just outside there. Left himself 37. You'd like to think he's going to come back for that, but the way Hunt's finishing, no, he will be back for the 37. And these will be his first starts at a double in this match so far.
37.
It was a good dart from Hunt to get it between those 2 below. It's 5 for double 16. He does do that little Rob Cross step back and concentrate
29.
on where he's going.
But 60.
He's given Hunt another opportunity at 60 this time. Well within his range.
50.
Oh, now he's had 2 darts missed himself. So Bates has gone back for 8, which he probably didn't think he was going to have the opportunity to.
Game shot on the third
able
leg.
to sort that
Owen
one out and get
Bates.
himself a leg on the board, because you feel that he really needed to do that, because it's a lot easier to come back from 2-1 as what it is to come back from 3-0, and in this, particularly in this such short
going
format
to throw first. Game on.
as the first of 4.
And Adam Hunt will be thinking, how have I hit 2 ton pluses and I get 3 in my hand at 60 and I mess it up?
100.
But here are the average for these 2 young fellas. It's a tidy little game here going on.
It is, and it's played at a great pace as well.
43.
They complement one another very well,
Yeah.
the pace, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and it makes it great for us, the viewers.
I think you see that throughout, Dars. There are a lot of players that you watch when they play each other. It's just a great game because the pace of the game complements one another. A bit like me and Justin Pike when we play.
Oh, funny you should say that, Scotty. That's exactly what I was thinking.
180.
Go with our first 180 of this match.
135. Oinukar 121.
Owen Bates had 4 180s in 4 matches last night.
89.
Taking the safe route there. Didn't need to take it out with Hunt back on 226. So that is very smart of him.
171.
I was going to say, Adam
Oinukar
is good on the
32.
ton plus finishes, but not even he can do it from 226. So it's Bates again on that side of the board, and he failed here before.
24.
He's
Oinukar
failed
55.
here again.
Oh, he's going to have to tidy this up if he wants to stay on the top of the group for the evening.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Adam Hunt.
No mistakes this time with 3 darts in hand from Adam Hunt. A break of throw. Owen Bates had left the double after 12 there and
Fifth leg Adam to
fell
throw
foul
first.
of
Game
that
on.
double 16, double 8 area. Maybe it is a little bit of nerves. Maybe it is a little bit of tension coming in because he knows that he's top of the group, and with only 4 games in this Group B this evening on evening 2 to stay there.
180.
Oh, look at this, both on a 9 darter. Ah,
122.
good thing it didn't continue, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to speak.
Indeed. Indeed.
60.
That line is going to go down in commentating history like a few other lines that we've heard over the years.
99.
I mentioned last night about the yesterday about the Stephen Fry being in the commentary box and he's happy as a pig in Chardonnay.
81.
Not
Adding
related
car
to darts
100.
at all, just about how happy he was in life.
Here we go. Hunt with 2 darts at tops to take out this
Game
match.
shot in the
Only
match,
needs the
Adam
one.
Hunt.
A third ton plus finish of this match for Adam Hunt sees him get the win 4-1 over Owen Bates, which importantly puts him up to 6 points as well. You can see there, look at that average from Hunt, 101.15, and Owen Bates with a 98.51. But what really let him down there was his checkouts, just 1 from 8. And importantly for Adam Hunt, 4 from 7, so just under 60%, which is a fantastic checkout average. So up next, we'll be seeing Rob Collins and Prakash Jiwa. So please do join us after the break.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, and what a game we have just seen. We have been treated to a Super Series classic between Adam Hunt and Owen Bates. Hunt running out a 4-1 winner with 101 average, 3 ton plus checkouts, including the 120. Owen Bates, 98 average, and that was only good enough for 1 leg in that particular matchup. That was some darting duel, and it makes things very interesting in Group B. Well, next up for us, it is the clash between Rob Collins and Prakash Jiwa. And to watch this one in the commentary box with us, it's Colin Hammond alongside Scott Mitchell.
Yes, thanks, H. Our first chance to see Prakash Jiwa tonight. Last night he had a very slow start, but his second game saw him post a 97 average. You'd think that the form that Rob Collins has been in this evening, he's going to need to be up around that 90 average to have a chance to turn him over.
Yeah, that's the advantage for Collins here, having already been out tonight and played one match, and Prakash just getting out for his first one. So, and that's what happens when we have a group of 5. There's always someone who's the last one to come out and play that hasn't already played, and will be playing against someone who has already played. So you feel it will be advantage Collins here, but we've not seen Prakash throw a dart yet tonight, so
First
he
flag
could
is
be
Rob to
starting
throw
off
first.
tonight as he finished out last night.
Game on.
Well, that player that was the last one out of the players' room last night on evening 1 of this Group B was actually Rob Collins, so he knows exactly how Prakash is feeling on this one.
135.
He's off to a flying start already.
62.
The correspondence fixture last night saw Rob Collins take a 4-1 win. Once again, as we look at the table, we have a 3-way tie at the top on 6 points.
81.
And currently, on legs difference, Rob Collins is sat pretty at the top.
Yeah, with a 4-1 loss last game, it did see Bates move down into second
41.
place and Rob being able to jump him on the count back. Had Bates been able to get a 4-3 rather than 4-1, they would have been tied on legs difference.
81.
I look forward to the 10th game of the night, and it's Adam Hunt v Colin Osborne, and where they sit in the table at the moment at 3rd and 4th, if they're still
100.
in those positions, that could be a winner-takes-all match on our last game of the evening, but that's way, way into the future.
Yeah, we've got a lot more exciting matches ahead of us before then.
140.
Yeah, great shot there from Collins. So we'll see him back for the 64.
Cash taking a sign to settle, but
180.
a 180
Rob,
in
your
his
car,
favour
64.
maybe means he's finding his range.
Game shot on the first
Yeah,
flag.
made no
Rob
mistake
Collins.
with that one. A nice tidy 64 checkout for Collins for a hold of throw in this first leg.
A nice 15 dart holder throw as well. I like a 15 dart holder throw. My favourite
Second leg,
15
Prakash to
dart
throw
is ton,
first.
ton,
Game on.
ton, 105. And take the 96 out with a cut with 3 darts. That's the way I like to see it. But a 15 dart as a 15
60.
darter, he'd scored so well that he was there on 64, so even easier.
140.
And it doesn't appear that he is letting up any time soon with a nice 140 to start this leg.
Now he's found himself top of the group. Collins looked
41.
pretty determined to stay there. We said at the start of the show last night that he could be the potential banana skin to the 3 we tipped to come through, and that is
59.
exactly how it's turning out to be, and he looks to have started strongly this evening on his bid to stay top.
Well, that's what you want to do. I mean, he was able to win his opening match, so he wants to
60.
keep on that bandwagon and continue winning, and that way he gets through the group in an outright place without having to worry about the results of other matches, because that's when it gets a little bit tricky. You don't want to be hanging
54.
on the results of other games to see you through to the Saturday night finals. You want to make sure that you're there yourself, and it doesn't matter what everyone else does because you're in there anyway.
Yeah, he's in the position where he can
140.
basically dictate his own destiny. And that's what any dart player wants. They want to be able to dictate their own destiny and not rely on others.
100.
Nice treble there in the end. It's going to see him leave himself a finish on 148. We saw him check out 146 in his first match. So, I mean, the opportunity is there for him for this 148.
88. Drop your car 148.
He needs to stay there. Oh, fell short of that one.
100.
Yeah,
Prakash
second
Jiwa
dart just ran
112.
out of a bit of oomph, didn't it, to get it to the target.
Yeah, so opportunity here for Prakash with the 112. Is 12 for tops.
72.
Oh,
Robbie O'Connor
Just
48.
high. So Collins is back for the 48. He doesn't want to make any mistakes on this. Down for double 10.
28.
Oh,
Prakash
and
Jiwa
outside.
40.
So Prakash Jiwa comes back for 40. The chance to level the score.
20. Robbie
It's
O'Connor
a chance
20.
missed for Prakash.
Well, needs to come just inside of those two. And he finds it
Game
with the
shot on the
third
second
dart.
leg. Rob Collins.
So importantly, takes a 2-0 lead in this match. That was a breaker throw.
Got away with one a little bit there, Rob Collins, didn't he? He got
He
away
did.
with one.
Third leg Rob to
Prakash
throw
was,
first.
he
Game
had
on.
4 darts at that one. He's shaking his head, stood behind Rob, thinking, you know, that should have been mine. Or should I say
85.
could have been mine, not should have been, because Rob got there first.
Yeah, he definitely had the opportunity there.
Real likeable character,
60.
Prakash Jiwa. I've met him over the last few weeks at Q School and Challenge Tour. I shared a table with him and his friends, and what a character he is. He's just
60.
I obviously known of him for years and years, but never ever met him. So it's one of those scenarios where you've seen each other play on TV. Obviously, he was at Ali Pali this year. I think he got knocked out by
60.
MODUS Razma. He was the Indian qualifier to the Ali Pali, and yeah, MODUS Razma turned him over 3-1.
60.
Here we are in the commentary box. We know darts, we do.
I've watched a lot of darts. Played some darts here and there.
43.
Rob Collins is going to increase his lead in this leg.
135.
Double treble as a treble visit. But one not being the one that he was hoping for.
But he has still left himself a finish, so
120.
going to have a poke at the 161. Doesn't need to take it out with Prakash back on 218. So has 6 darts from here. What's he going to do? He's going to go down for the 51. Oh, and is he going to go the bullseye? He is. Oh, fell short on that, hitting a 7. Left himself 43, but as we said, he had 6 darts from there.
140.
140 leaves this 43 under a little pressure. But one of the easier splits or catches, if you like. 43.
Game shot on the
And he's
third
nailed
leg.
that
Rob
double 10
Collins.
again, not making the mistake of letting Jiwa back on this occasion. It's 3-zip to Collins, and he's looking good. Taking
Fourth
his
leg
points
Prakash
tally
throw
to
first.
8
Game on.
in the Group B Week 2 tables.
And it could be very important with this leg difference here. If they all keep tying on the same amount of points, the legs difference is going to will be what is the separator between them. And right now, with Prakash not having any legs on the board, it's looking awfully good for Collins.
137.
And you have to say it is an uphill battle here for Prakash coming back from 3-0 in a 1st-to-4 race. is very difficult.
Yeah, it's a tough
60.
one, and it's like a welcome to your first game of the night, Prakash. You know, it's like you say, he's the only one that hadn't had a game. But then there is the advantage to this group that the 3 go out of it and only 2 leave.
140.
So
Well, if it does end up that Collins walks away with the win here, which does seem to be the likely
91.
outcome, what Prakash needs to do is be able to forget about this game and then focus on the ones that he has remaining and not carry this into his remaining games for the evening.
yeah, it's a case of one of those. It's
180.
go and win your next 3 games and see where that leaves you for Prakash after this one, I think.
Go with Collins with his first 180 of the match and left himself a lovely 44.
41.
And
Rob
again,
Newcastle,
still has
44.
6 starts from this, but I don't think he'll need 6. Going for his favoured tops. Down for 10s. Ooh,
24.
and just on the wire.
No need to panic, Rob. No need to panic. Prakash Jiwa back on 186. You can only find something to pressure the shot, and
81. Rob your car 20.
2 10s incoming. You really don't want to be inside that 5, and he
Game
isn't.
shot on the match, Rob
It's
Collins.
a 4-0 win, and how important is that going to be for Rob Collins? On leg difference come the end of the group. Collins had plenty of chances there. Just 4 out of 13 on the double, just shy of 90. He'll be pleased with that win and go back with a spring in his step back into the players' room. But for the rest of us, it's time for a brew, and we'll see you after the break.
This is the MODUS Super Series. $180.
It's the competition they're all talking about. It's the competition they're all watching. The MODUS Super Series, available 6 days a week here on Sporty Stuff TV and on the MODUS Super Series YouTube channel. And before the break, we saw Rob Collins run out a 4-0 victor against Prakash Jiwa, doing so with an 88 average to his name. Well, game 4 of our evening sees a real big battle now. It sees Owen Bates in action. He takes on Colin Osborne, and that's going to be watched in the company of Corinne Hammond and Scott Mitchell.
Indeed. Thank you, H, from up on the balcony. These two players, no strangers to one another this week. They have played. This is their 5th time they have played since Monday. Probably never knew each other before then. And we find ourselves here on Friday, having played 4 times already, being in Group A. Owen Bates on the head-to-head this week is 3-1 up on Colin Osborne.
Also, Osborne is going to be looking to rectify that. And this is an important match for the table here because Colin Osborne is back on 4 points with Bates and Hunt on 6 points each. And obviously Collins is now ahead on 8 points. So a win for Osborne here will see him join Bates and Hunt on 6 points. But a win for Bates will move him up to 8 to join Collins at the top of the table.
Game on.
Game's running out for Osborne. You feel this needs to be a must-win for him. He's in fear of being cast adrift here if Bates gets the better of him. And in this encounter, Owen Bates has the darts as well. So he'll be looking to bounce back from that loss to Adam Hunt, and where he played very well with a 98 average.
45.
Couple of double chances got away from him.
Yeah, he was, 1 from 12 on his doubles. So had he have not missed
60.
all of those doubles, he would have had an average well in excess of 100 there. That's what kind of brought that right back down. But for him, he's not concerned about his average. He just wanted to have a win, and he's looking for a
45.
win.
He'd have been up around the 104 and 105. And to be fair, Adam Hunt had a 101, and that was the best average of this group so far from last night and this evening.
80.
So it wasn't just a normal old average that got him either. So I hope Owen Bates has taken a bit of heart from that.
Yeah, and Hunt's average there was,
100.
you know, a lot can be attributed to his finishing. He had 3-ton plus finishes in that match. So, yeah, excellent finishing there.
Yeah, he did. And there were early doors as well where you could
100.
really stamp your authority on the game.
Nice tidy ton there from Bates to leave himself on 1-2-1 after 12. Osborne looking to get himself, he needed another treble 20 there to leave himself a finish to put a bit of pressure on the 1-2-1. So he's got 6 darts from here. Tops for the opening
81.
leg. No, we've gone astray there, but we'll be back for it.
He went astray with his first dart, which turned out to be a lovely stray dart hitting the 21. Picked off the treble 20 beautifully, but
50.
was just a little bit north
On 40.
on the double top, but he now returns.
Game shot on the first leg. Owen Bates.
That's going to make him feel a lot better about himself after his last match that we were just talking about against Hunt, where he had all those numerous darts at a double. So this will settle him down a little bit, being able to close out a leg in relatively minimal darts.
He has a little bit of swagger, Owen Bates, doesn't he? There's a little bit of swagger, and he tries to boss the stage and not give anything away in how he's feeling. And
39.
it's another trait that I'm sure people at home would be impressed with.
$57.
Owen's a practice partner of Ryan Searle down there in Devon, down in the southwest.
140.
A good tidy 140 there from Osborne. I didn't know Ryan Searle was down in the southwest. For some reason, I thought he was from up north.
100.
No, that's Ryan Joyce.
Yeah, no, I know Ryan Joyce is definitely from up north, but I don't know. I just don't know why, just thought he was.
He's a southwesterner like me. He's a good old boy, is old Ryan Searle. Obviously, your old mate Maria Obi is down there as well. And
60.
Yeah, former England international Paul Millward. We want to go back. One of his mentors, Andy Steed. He's a Devon County boy of many a year. If we want to really go back and talk about legends of the Devon County, we're talking Trevor Perry. Hope you're watching, Trev.
Osborne's got the definite advantage in this leg.
99.
On 141 with Bates back on 185. So he quite comfortably has 6 darts from here.
$97.
Went for that 54 off 62 again to leave himself $88, but fell short on that, but he'll be back for the 44.
139. Colin
Some good darts there from Bates to apply the pressure on this 44.
Bullseye would have been the shot for me there, but Osborne back on his favourite
second
double
leg.
top.
Colin Osborne
Holds his throw without Bates getting a dart to break him. We know if Osborne's to win this match,
third leg going to throw
at some
first.
point
Game on.
he's going to have to break the 20-year-old.
45.
Here's his opportunity to jump straight into this third leg with a patchy 45 there from Bates.
$55.
Wasn't able to take advantage of that, so Bates hasn't been punished.
140.
And he's straight back into those treble 20s. He's got some great scoring power, Bates.
Yes, he has. Unfortunately, I ran into him at Q School and
100.
he had a little bit more scoring power than me on the last day at Q School when I was chasing a couple of points there and I went first bat. He's a
58.
strong scorer and it's one of the biggest parts of his game, but he's also a very, very good counter, and maybe being an accountant, he's very good with numbers.
Yeah, it's the good counting and the good board management.
And over the duration of a game, if you can get that counting and those sequences right, it can be worth a leg of game to you. And if
100.
it's a really tight game,
Absolutely. Make all the difference.
$140. Owen your car, 158.
so 158 coming in for Bates.
We're not going to see that one go out. So Osborne's going to
38.
get a
Colin your
poke at the
car,
106
106.
for an important breaker throw. It's going to go across for the 54. Fell short of that too. So Bates will be back for the 120.
We talked about Bates sort of like manoeuvring around the board. On 138 there, he went for an 18 so that he only had to leave one treble. This is what we're talking about, being clever. He's unfortunate that he hasn't hit it, but the 56. Throw before that last dart, he went in the correct way to give himself the best chance. And more often than not, that is going to see him in good stead.
38.
Oh, and
On your
inside
card,
that double
64.
10 there. So let an opportunity go begging there, has Osborne.
Little step back, a little recompose, and he comes back in now for double 16.
32.
Why is it?
Colin, your card 10.
Those 16s and 8s haven't really been his friends so far tonight, have they? Oh, that's not what you want to do.
No score.
And definitely
your
not on
card,
your second
32.
dart.
Interested Osborne there chose to break that, and if he gets back, he wants to go back at that double 5.
Getting shot on the third leg.
Owen Bates holds his throw, puts his hand out to say, sorry, mate, he knows he didn't deserve that one. The fact of the matter is, you did,
Fourth leg
young
Colin
man,
to throw
because
first.
you
Game
actually
on.
won it.
Yeah, but how many times does that happen, though? I mean, we've all lost a load of legs that we should never have lost. You know, and sometimes you do win those legs that you
60.
probably shouldn't have. So it swings and roundabouts, really.
I remember in our touring days, you were a little bit of one of those, weren't you? When you won a leg and you just
Yeah,
put your hand up and go, sorry about that.
Sorry about
I
that.
maybe shouldn't have had that. But funny, when you play it like that, nobody ever does that back to you, do they?
no,
That's
they
the thing.
don't. No, but that's what it's all about, though. When you're given that kind of opportunity, you need to take it.
93.
A good switch there up to the 54.
Owen Bates opened this leg with a 1-3-4,
180.
and he now hits his third 180 of the evening against the throw. That's the important bit here. It's against the throw.
Well,
So after
83.
6 starts, Osborne is already in trouble.
And he can do all the great scoring that he wants, Scotty, but he needs to be able to hit that double in the end.
100.
Big bit of shoulder in that last dart from Owen Bates. It was a different throw altogether, whether he over followed through or whatever, but it wasn't the same dart as the first two.
95. On your card, 87.
5 19s there for Osborne to leave himself the 170.
Yeah, the big fish, but it's 87 for Bates.
Oh, wasn't even going to go the
55.
20 bull.
On your card, 170.
Calculated judgment there.
And he's left that 32, which hasn't been his friend. But will he regret this? Oh, bullseye in here.
145. On your card, 32.
Wow, wow, wee, wow, wow.
And that was more, I think, a bit of a message there to Bates for not having a
Game shot
go.
on the fourth flag.
But
Owen
worked
Bates.
out for him in the end as he's got that 32 and gives himself a nice buffer with a 3-1 lead.
Fifth flag going to throw first. Game on.
Thanks there, Paul Milford, for the little tweet. Sorry, I
58.
got your name wrong again. I'll stop mentioning you, then I can't get it wrong, can I? So that's my second apology of the week, live on air. Many apologies, mate.
83.
It will be Millie from now on.
$125. $180.
Oh, second 180 of the match there for Osborne. Oh, was that his first? Oh, look, I've lost count. This is why I shouldn't do the stats.
180.
It's his first.
And that's 2 for Bates.
It's 2 for Bates in the match. His 4th tonight, and he had 4 last night.
140. On your card, 138.
Well, this would be a lovely way to see out the match with a 138 finish.
90.
Only had the
On your
first
card,
start there.
98.
Not the old Keith Dalloway for the run 3-8 like us oldies do it.
I fancy the 19s off the 138, to be fair. And that's a
Game shot
beautiful
on the fifth
98
leg,
check
Colin
out there for
Osborne.
Osborne. And bringing this back to 3-2, and importantly, a breaker throw for him. So now he has the opportunity to hold through here and take us to a 7th and deciding leg.
Sixth
But
leg Colin to throw first.
let's not
Game
get
on.
ahead of ourselves just yet, and let's see what happens in this 6th leg.
Both players on the last 2 legs have been very good against the throw and not so good on their throw.
45.
Look at our averages there. The averages say that Bates is still good for the lead
47.
there.
Bates didn't punish Osborne for his 45 start, only getting 47 himself. So it's still a very even
28.
leg. That 28 could hurt, though.
And that was scruffy from Osborne. Very scruffy.
But Bates is still chasing the
57.
treble himself. Might be a bit of nerves coming into this now. We're seeing some edgy, nervy darts going on.
I think you're absolutely right, Corin. And
45.
oh dear, we saw a raised leg there as well on the old back left from Osborne. He knows it's now or never, or he could get cast adrift at the
86.
bottom of the group.
And that's what happens sometimes when you start knowing that you need to do that and you start pushing those darts and getting a bit nervy. And then the more you try and chase it, the worse it gets and nothing happens. But here we goes back in the 60. Oh, he's found all 3 as well. For this time, it is definitely his second 180 of this match.
Oh, you're so good at counting.
100.
Next thing you know, I'll be up there refereeing. That's how good my actually my counting is very good on the dartboard. I'm just not good at counting 180s.
You know your darts, you
Yeah.
do, Corin. You can do
59.
you can do anything you want to as far as I'm concerned.
Ah, you're so sweet, Scotty. Yeah, and a great
133.
133
Colin
there to
O'Carr,
leave him 78.
144.
Oh, definitely not where we wanted the first start. So we're not going to see a 144 checkout. So Bates with the darts here
87.
to be able to close out this
Owen
match
O'Carr,
if he can
78.
find 78.
He should get 1 at it if he hits his big numbers. He's going to get 2 at it. Double 12 for the match. How much closer could he get? Well, that's
Game
how much
shot and a
closer he
match.
can get.
Owen Bates.
Smack bang. It's a big, big win in the context of the group for Owen Bates. He takes the win 4-2. He also goes up on to 8 points at the top of Rob Collins' highest checkout there. For the match was 98 from Osborne, but to no avail. Owen Bates just shy of 90 on the averages, 4 out of 9 on the doubles. He goes up back to the top of the group. We shall see what happens as the evening goes on. Please join us again after the break.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series. Before the break, we saw a huge win for Owen Bates as he got the better of Colin Osborne by 4 legs to do, doing so with an 89 average, 2 maximums and 4 out of 9 on the doubles. In terms of the table, it puts him back onto 8 points alongside Rob Collins at the top of the table. Adam Hunt can join the pair there if he gets victory here against Prakash Jiwa. And joining us in the commentary box to describe this one, remember it's our middle match of the evening, and here's Corinne Hammond and Scott Mitchell.
Thank you, H. In this corresponding fixture last night, Adam Hunt squeaked by Prakash 4-3. Adam Hunt had a very tidy 94.30 average, and Prakash had a 92.86. So no foregone conclusion here with Prakash being at the bottom of the table. But we have the predicament here that if Prakash does lose this match, he is definitely out of the equation.
Game on.
An important match then, Scott. And also an important match for Hunt as well, because as Henry mentioned, he's looking for 2 more points
41.
to join Bates and Collins on the top of the table. But not only does he want to win, he wants to be able to do it in some style, because the leg difference,
25.
as we keep saying, is going to make all the difference.
Yeah, Adam Hunt's going to want to win this one to put himself also on 8 and sort of put a gap between him and
60.
Osborne so that Osborne can't rally. Osborne on 4 points with only a couple of games to go.
59.
Would be a mathematical tall order.
Yes, we're definitely getting to the business end of this Group B.
100.
So Colin Osborne is an interested watcher in this, as an interested watcher in this one as we are.
Yes, he will, well, more than likely be hoping for a Prakash win that sees him still within touching. Well, actually,
118.
you know, if Prakash wins, that puts him on the same amount of points as Osborne, but a Hunt win puts them,
60.
you know, 4 points clear between Collins, Bates and Hunt's to Osborne and Prakash Jiwa. But anyway,
Osborne being a seasoned campaigner, he knows that his legs difference could be the
68.
thing that upsets the apple cart here for him this evening.
But let's not worry about that just yet and concentrate on the game at hand. It's too difficult thinking about all these permutations.
114.
Go the 14 for tops.
74.
Just north of that as well. So 149 for Hunt, which we've already seen him do a number of ton plus checkouts, but not to be the 149 in this leg.
Prakash Jiwa 40. 30.
And high again.
108.
Another 19. Double 16.
76.
Oh, and just
Prakash
outside.
Jiwa
So
10.
Prakash again has another crack. This time double 5. And oh, not what you want to do, but at least he's got a dart to correct it here. 1 for the double 2. Oh, and well inside that as well.
32. Getting shot on the first leg, Adam Hunt.
I think the story of the leg was Jiwa having 6 darts to the double there and none finding their target.
Second leg, Adam to throw first. Game on.
Break a throw for Adam Hunt.
$91. 45.
For me, Jiwa has played far better than
100.
his position in the table indicates. Some 90 averages last night.
100.
He was just unfortunate to end up on the wrong side of them. A couple of those wins, being wins, would have seen him in such a different position
63.
tonight. We know this is a very, very tough group. Some top tungsten marksmen within it, and we knew it was a tasty group
81.
when we were coming through Group A and seeing who was going to drop out of A and go into this Group B.
81.
2 evening sessions.
Oh, Hunt's left himself on a bogey there on 166, but with Prakash on 275, you'd fancy that he's not going to leave himself
60.
a finish. So he's got some time to correct it here.
Yeah, Prakash hit it at 140 there, then you would say Hunt's made a massive mistake, but he didn't.
60.
And Hunt has left himself a 106, which he has already done this evening.
$47. AWR 106.
Still not leaving himself on a finish there, Prakash. So Hunt does have the luxury of time.
56.
And he'll be back for the 50 and looking to have a 2-0 lead. Quite a slow start to this game so
53.
far.
AWR
Neither
50.
of them really playing as they have played in previous games.
No, I think there's an intensity with this game. Prakash is trying to get himself off the bottom of the group, and
42.
Adam
Prakash
Hunt is
Jiwa
obviously trying to join the
150.
leaders and make a gap between him and Osborne in 4th place in the table.
Oh, double 19 for a 115. And
96.
just
AWR
gone inside
8.
there. So Hunt gets another opportunity here to clean up.
Game
And
shot on the
2
second
2s it'll
leg.
be
Adam
for
Hunt.
him for a 2-0 lead.
Another chance goes begging for Jiwa.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I think we're right in
The
thinking
leg
that there's a
Prakash to throw
few kind
first,
of
get on.
nervy darts being thrown here, because definitely not the standard that we're used to seeing from either of the players. But that's because it is quite a
83.
pivotal match in tonight's group.
Both with plenty of experience, both former tour card holders.
131.
Yes, so we have high expectations, Scotty.
Yeah, that's like making your red hot favourite for the Seniors World Championship. It can get in your rucksack
41.
and drag you down.
$40. $80.
Oh, and an unfortunate bounce out there. Looked like it had picked up a bit of speed bouncing out of that board too.
I wonder if it reached the television that the players look
Oh.
out for their scores on that side. It definitely hit something.
93. $60.
Feel that Prakash really needed to get a treble there to get himself back into this leg. Although Hunt's not really taking advantage
40,
here with only
55, sorry.
55 himself, so not leaving himself a finish. So Prakash has first opportunity to do that, but does need to find at least one treble.
Good shot, that one, of the
45.
side view of Prakash's throw. Not a lot of body movement there. All arm, but it's a lot of movement of the arm, and Adam Hunt just slightly rocks forward, doesn't he, a few inches, and goes
60.
sort of like with the dart a little bit. Not like Henderson style, where it is a big rocking all over the world for sure. Not John Hendo
100.
style.
AWR
But yes.
122.
Slight rock all the same.
Oh, double 7. Oh,
108.
just
Prakash
outside.
Jiwa, 92.
So, I mean, he was so great on those ton plus finishes in his first match, and he's just missing those doubles now. 32. Needs to come inside
60.
there. No, that one got a
Adam
bit
Milcar,
further away.
14.
So Hunt's back for the 14.
Look to have a slight deflection off of those self flights that he uses. It's double 2 then for a 3-0 for Adam Hunt.
Game shot on the third leg. Adam Hunt.
And those 14 shot outs equally as important as the ton plus shot outs when it comes to the legs on the scoreboard.
Fourth leg, Adam to throw first. Game on.
So Adam Hunt now has the throw and he's thrown for the match.
$180.
Oh, and our first 180 of this match.
Adam Hunt's second 180 of the evening.
68.
He was the top 180 thrower yesterday with 5 180s in his 4 matches.
46.
Takes his tally for this group to 7.
$43.
Looks like it's all going wrong for Prakash here at the moment. I mean, and I'm sure that he knows if he doesn't
60.
win this match, then that puts him out of the running for qualifying for tomorrow night's finals night.
He opened up with a very similar game to this last night.
60.
Just under a 70 average, but he then came back absolutely storming and had a 97.52 in his next game. And maybe his next game he will be relaxed because the group will be over for him should he not win this match.
140.
And let's face it, it's not looking likely.
And then he can just upset everybody else.
He can be Jiwa the spoiler.
93.
Good last start there from Hunt to leave himself 24. So he will have an opportunity here to close out this match 4-0, which will be very important for him in terms of the legs difference.
24.
Oh, and that
Prakash
opportunity
Jiwa,
goes begging for the
145.
moment. A big ask of Prakash here with a 145. Not going to happen.
24. Adam Milcar, 12.
Double 3. One of the worst doubles.
Game shot. And
Great for Adam Hunt there to seal this match with a 4-0 victory over Prakash Jiwa, which does mean for Prakash, unfortunately, his run to finals night is now ended. Not the greatest of matches in terms of standard that we've seen from either of these players, with both averaging under 70, but the important thing for Hunt there was the 4 checkouts that he was able to get. 0 from 9 for Prakash, which was really what let him down there. Otherwise, we could have seen a very different match. But Adam Hunt will be happy with that win, regardless of the averages, because it does put him on 8 points and moves him up tied for the top of the table with Rob Collins and Owen Bates. So our next match will be Rob Collins and Owen Bates, which will then see us determine who will now be the top of the table after that one. So join us after that, after this break.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series. It is half-time in our evening action. Corinne Hammond is here with me to assess what we've seen so far. And what we have seen is a strong start by Rob Collins.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he could have got off to a better start, really, having both 4-2 and 4-0 wins. So importantly, gotten himself 4 more points on the table, but also massive leg differences. So that's really helping him out here.
Because more than anything else in Group B, as we have a look at the table on our screen now, winning big is huge in this group.
You are correct, Henry. Winning big is huge.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
But as we see there, there's a gap now with Rob Collins and Adam Hunt in terms of the legs difference bracket. 3 players tied on 8. 4 difference between Collins, Hunt and Bates, who now actually are tied on the legs difference, courtesy of that 4-0 win for Adam in that previous game against Prakash.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this next match we've got coming up between Collins and Bates, I think the winner of this is going to be our overall group winner for tonight. That's my call there. So,
That
yeah.
is a big call. Just want to talk about Adam Hunt because he has put himself in a strong position. He's another one of those players who overnight knew kind of what he had to do, get all strong. It's exactly what he's done. And I suppose the real worry now is probably with Colin Osborne.
Yeah, he's still definitely very much in this. I mean, we know that Prakash now isn't going to be able to qualify for tomorrow night's finals, but everybody else is still in the mix. So there's still some interesting matchup ahead for us tonight. So, yeah, it's not all over yet.
And we've got a good one to follow up.
That's what I
Collins
said,
against
yeah,
Bates.
exactly. I think this one's going to determine our group winner.
We should get on with it, shouldn't we?
We should.
I think we will. Let's go down to the comms.
Magnetism between those two up on the balcony. Second to none. So as we head into this match, Owen Bates, Rob Collins. Rob Collins will have the darts in this one. And last night, this saw a 4-2 win in favour of Rob Collins. But he had a 98 average, a 98.47. And Owen Bates had a 94.47. So it was an absolutely stonking game last night. But I said that earlier with the Adam Hunt and our last match, Prakash Jiwa game. Last night they were both mid-90s. Tonight, neither hit a 70. I don't think that's going to happen in this one.
First leg is Rob to throw first. Game on.
It's again, Paul Hinks calls the game to a start. Said this afternoon what a class referee he is. And he goes unnoticed, and that's what you know about good referees. When you don't know they're there, they're doing the best job ever.
Heard and not seen.
Yeah, that was a simpler way of putting it. Thanks, but it just wasn't so dramatic,
60.
was it?
No, it wasn't as dramatic.
$96.
Good start here for Collins with these first 6 darts.
Yeah, Collins has
100.
been pretty steady this evening, just shy of a 90 in his last game, but just over a 90 in his first. So a bit of consistency
85.
is what you're going to need if he's going to get out of this group and into the Saturday night grand final,
59.
of which tickets are
Robert Carr,
available for
140.
free. Get yourself along to dartshop.tv and book your tickets, because what a lineup we are going to have on Saturday night for the finals.
100.
Well, Bates needs to find 2 trebles here. Not going to happen, so
100. Robert Carr, 40.
Collins has some time on this tops. Down for 10s.
Game
And
shot on the
makes no
first flag.
mistake of
Rob
that,
Collins.
which we have seen him be very good on 10 so far this evening. Has missed quite a few tops actually, which is one of his favoured doubles. But that's okay as long
Second
as
leg
you
going
can
to
hit
throw
10s.
first. Game on.
You can miss 20 if you can hit 10s.
Because you sure as hell I don't want to get to fives. 'cause
No.
that's
140.
the dodgy one, fives on the breakdown.
Yeah, great switch
134.
in there from Collins to find those 257s there after a low first start at the treble.
60.
Playing nicely here, Collins.
140.
Yeah, it's definitely when he gets that first treble in there, at least another one follows it. It's a great marker for him.
44.
But when that first start drops below, you quite often see him switching. Here he is again.
180.
Go.
Third of the evening for Collins. Seventh in this group for him.
And
60.
the second one in
W
this
car
match,
47.
which is why he's now on 47. Oh, just
27.
outside that double 10 there, but does have plenty of time with Bates not on a finish himself.
$45. W car 20.
So Collins comes back for a double 10, which has been his friend this evening. And is
Game
his
shot on
friend
the
again
second
once
leg.
more.
Rob Collins.
He has a 2-0 lead. Collins now with the throw. Averages on
Third
the
leg drop to
screen
third
there.
first. Game on.
And an absolute golf in the averages in this one. Maybe reflecting why the score is what it
58.
is.
I know, and Collins is there with that 110 plus averages, and that's still with having 3 missed starts at doubles. So it just goes to show how good his scoring's
50.
been in these first 2 legs.
Yeah. 2 from 5 from Collins, and he's still way over 100 in the average stakes.
81.
The odd loose start like that will drop off though.
You don't tend to see many loose starts from Collins, or we haven't seen many loose starts from him tonight so far.
58.
It's more just those single numbers that are bringing his scores down, not so much the wayward 5s and 1s.
$134.
Great switching again from him for another 134. What I like about Collins' game, he does have a great B game, so he's very good at those 60s, but he's also
140.
very good at the 57s. Needs to switch over to the 18s.
94.
And he does, finds the 54.
Yeah, impressive. And Bates is more than keeping him honest here with the scoring in this leg, and he continues to do so.
140. W car 134.
Now, oh, it's going to go tops. No, and he's still falling short of that tops there, just right
94.
below that bottom
Oil
wire.
car 113.
It's almost in the same hole every
Yeah.
time, isn't it? It's just a millimetre short.
For the 54 tops.
73.
And
Robbie
while
O'Connell,
Collins
40.
is just below, Bates is just above.
Game shot on the
And he
third
makes
leg.
no mistake
Rob
about it that
Collins.
time. Hits tops for a lovely 3-0 lead here. So it's all on Bates to see what he can do.
Fourth leg going to third first. Game on. 96.
Owen Bates seems to keep walking into these averages this evening. Adam Hunt has already had a
96.
101 against him. And as we can see, Colin's still up there, over 100.
140.
And he's 50% on his doubles so far, 3 from 6.
Collins' scoring power. Bates is just not getting a chance, is he, at the checkouts?
Yeah, Collins is in the zone, that's for sure.
133.
133 there from Bates is a good shot. He'll be back for the 132, or as it's referred to, the champagne shot. Everyone loves a 132 checkout.
105.
Yeah, nice use of the ball there from Collins as
132.
well to leave himself 120.
That 120 means he only needs one. That's 57. Oh, it's next door. So
100.
unlucky.
Robbie Carr, 120.
Wrong side of the wire there for Bates. Needs the treble. And he's got it. Oh, and this time he was just high the tops. He's been below it so many times before.
And that was for a 12 dart leg.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
And that was right
Owen
in the corner
Bates.
there for Bates. And importantly, gets himself a leg on the board. So he's still in this match.
And for me, he's 3-0 down, the young man. He takes a
This leg
14 dart
dropped
leg to
throw
save
first.
himself.
Game on.
He's showing the character that the people back down in Exeter believe. This is why they believe in this kid.
Yeah,
You don't, this special
140.
things, that's special. You can't teach that. It's something that you either have in you or you don't. And special players have that. And to have that this early in this young man's
125.
career at 20 years old, if he can keep hold of that, you know, you can really see a rosy future for him.
He's got players' maturity well beyond his years, that's for sure. And look at Rob Collins here. I mean, a 140, 180. He's just playing some absolutely fantastic
100.
darts. Still averaging above the ton here at a 112. And he is just not going to let up, is he?
131.
And he's back in there again.
I mean, he's on a 10 darter here. Surely he's not going to go the bull, or maybe he will.
100.
Well,
Robbie Carr,
you know,
50.
Bates is back on 176. Oh, he did go for it too. And
Game,
bang.
shot,
Yeah,
and a
what
match.
a
Rob
fantastic match from Rob Collins there. Sees that out. A 4-1 win. A nice 12 darter to end it. And there were some great darts there. And as you can see, his average was 110.37, 4 180s, 2 ton 40 plus, 4 from 9 on the checkouts. I mean, his highest checkout was that 50. He did try to do that in the one dart there, but 3 will do. I mean, and Owen Bates still averaged 90 himself, 1 from 3 on the checkouts, 4 ton 40 pluses. So yeah, a fantastic match for there for both of them really, and that importantly puts 10 points on the table for Rob Collins. And Adam and Owen Bates still behind on that 8. It does move Adam Hunt to second in the table, but a great game. Still plenty more to come. Next up, our match is Prakash Jiwa versus Colin Osborne, and we will be right back after this break.
Wow. Just wow from Rob Collins. If you have just joined us on the other side of this short break, then you have missed a blockbuster match between Rob Collins and Owen Bates. A 4-1 success for Collins there with 110.37 average, 4 maximums to his name. 4 out of 9 on the doubles. A standout performance. Owen Bates himself had an average of 90 and only had 3 darts at a double in that game. That is how ruthless this Super Series format can be at times. Next up for us is Prakash Jiwa and Colin Osborne. Dare I say the words? Follow that, gents, because that was a superb match. We're looking forward to some more brilliant tungsten in the company of Corinne Hammond and Scott Mitchell.
Absolutely right, H. Who would want to be next on and who would want to follow that?
Well, these two are going to try.
Absolutely, they have to try. And this fixture last night resulted in a 4-1 win to Prakash Jiwa. And he had a 97 average after a 4-0 defeat earlier in the evening and a 69 average. Prakash popped up with a 97 average. And Colin wasn't too shabby himself, just below 90 on an 89.88. So, but this, if Colin has any chance of being in the top 3,
First leg is Prakash
he has to win this game, but it's going to have to hope for other games to go his way.
Yeah, well, realistically, he's going to be looking at needing a 4-0 win here himself, and then still waiting on some, results to go his way out of the other matches remaining for this evening. We can pretty much safely say that Rob Collins has done himself enough to get through to tomorrow night's finals
45.
night with 1 match left to play. He's safely there on 10 points. Could see himself move up to 12, but 10 will be enough,
100.
particularly with the leg difference that he has there.
Yeah, he's safe because Osborne can only possibly reach 8 with his 2 remaining
45.
matches. So that means Rob Collins on 10 cannot be caught. He will be one of the top 3.
100.
And you would think that Owen Bates will be in the players' room now, hoping for a Prakash win, because that will also guarantee both him and Hunt through to
100.
the finals night, because
Prakash Jiwa
8 points will be enough with the others on 4.
Well, let's face it, Owen Bates does need a...
136.
Just shy there for Prakash. That would have been a
12 dart leg.
Yeah, and the top check out of the evening so far with a 161.
95.
I mean, didn't
Prakash
have to
Jiwa
go
25.
for it because Osborne is way back, still on 216 now. But, when you have big finishes like that, sometimes you just have to go them anyway.
You do when you're in Prakash's
Prakash Jiwa.
situation. You would. You just go for it. And
yeah, maybe this is now because Prakash knows that, he's out. He's playing with a bit more freedom. He's like, it doesn't really matter, what happens. And now we can just upset the apple cart. I mean, he's definitely going to be upsetting Osborne here if he wins this match, because that puts Osborne out of the
24.
running.
Absolutely. I think Osborne's probably wry smile there on his face. I think he probably knows that he needed 4 nils.
Exactly. Yeah.
140.
I mean, we are only 6 darts into the second leg, but
121.
right now, Prakash is averaging 113.
This is very similar to what he did last night. He had a 60 average last night, then dropped on Colin Osborne and beat him 4-1 with a 97 average.
Do you think Osborne's done something to upset him out in the players' room or something?
Well,
is that what it is?
If anybody in the players' room is going to be upset, I'd say it's Owen Bates. Adam Hunt has had a 101.15 against him this evening, and Rob Collins has had a 110.37.
140.
What has poor Owen Bates done to anybody?
Yeah, but that just shows how high a quality player that he is and how the other players perceive him to be, knowing that they have to play that well to beat him. So, I mean,
100.
I'd
Prakash
be
Jiwa,
taking that as a compliment.
161.
Absolutely, and he had just shy of a 91 in one of those and a 98 in the other. So it didn't deviate from what he's doing. He's kept that standard at that level, and that's impressive for a 20-year-old.
105. Colin Osborne, 116.
Osborne's still got a smile on his face here, looking for this treble 20 to leave him 36. Gonna fall on that.
45.
45.
Prakash Jiwa,
Well,
56.
Prakash here with a shot for a 14 data. He can tidy up this 56 in 2.
36.
Ooh, well
Colin
outside the
Osborne,
double 10 there.
71.
Yeah, he'll go 39. It's been his roost most of the week. 18 now. Double top to hold his throw.
31.
It's a leg on
Prakash
the
Jiwa,
board.
20.
He hasn't. So Prakash for double 10.
Game shot
And
on the
he
second
nails
leg.
it.
Prakash Jiwa.
Well, in a break of throw, a 2-0 lead, and holding the darts here.
Third leg, Prakash to throw first.
14
Game on.
dart leg and a 16 dart leg in this one for Prakash Jiwa, and he really is
81.
throwing nicely.
Well, it just goes to show it takes him a couple of games to get warmed up for the evening, doesn't it? Because this is certainly a different player than we've seen in his first 2 matches.
100.
Honestly, it's like we're reading from the same book as we were reading last night. This is exactly what happened last evening with Prakash.
44.
Ah, maybe it's because it's just gone midnight. That's what it is.
We had been galloping towards the midnight hour.
55. $82.
Osborne now in the
140.
lipstick.
Prakash gets all 3 of them in there for his
180.
first 180 of the match, which I'm actually surprised he's not already hit another one in this game earlier, to be fair, because his scoring has
100.
been
Prakash
amazing for the
Jiwa,
first couple of legs.
114. $58. Colin Osborne, 106.
You feel this 106 is a must-go for Osborne here. Gone 6 for tops.
Yet to do a ton finish this
Game
evening.
shot on the third
And
leg.
there's his
Colin
first one.
Osborne.
Yeah, that was a great finish from Osborne there. And a break of throw. So he gets himself a leg on the board. So now he's only trailing
Fourth leg, Colin to
2-1.
throw first. Game on.
Adam Hunt had already done a 106 this evening. That's our second of the evening.
$100. $136.
Prakash just isn't letting up here.
The averages say he's good for his 2-1 lead.
100.
14 points between the two of them.
$180.
And there he is again with his second 180 of the match. So while Osborne broke in the last leg, it seems that Prakash is going to break
28.
him right back.
$100.
Yep, another ton there. And after 9 darts, Prakash is on 85 with Osborne all the way back on 273. Needs 2 trebles here just to get himself to a finish.
85.
Fell
Prakash
short with
Jiwa,
the last
85.
start there, so he's got 6 from here off the 85. Might only need 2 tops.
Game shot on
And
the fourth
2
flag.
was all
Prakash
he
Jiwa.
needed. A nice tidy 85 finish there from Prakash Jiwa to take him into a 3-1 lead over Colin Osborne. And he's managed to get his average
This leg, Prakash
back
Jiwa
up over
first.
the
Game on.
100 and sitting at a 104.36.
And he's back in the treble 20
100.
again. And it's given him chances, and he's on 50% on his checkouts as well. Both players are. But Prakash has had more chances and carved more
60.
chances out for himself with this scoring power that he's found in this game. Colin must thinking, what have I done to this fella? This is exactly what he did to him last night.
100.
I do think that there's something to be said that the pressure's no longer on Prakash. Like whether he wins or loses, it makes no difference in the overall standing of the tables. Well, apart from upsetting
180.
Osborne's chances. And there he is with his first 180 of this match.
82.
And it seems that wherever Prakash misses that 60, he's able to pick up a treble 19.
$140.
Good shot there from Osborne, which will see him take first look at a checkout.
99. Colin Osborne, 121.
Slightly easier checkout for Jiwa. That 1 point makes a massive difference. Osborne back up, looking for a treble 20 to
57.
leave 24.
Prakash
Doesn't get
Jiwa,
it.
120.
Finds himself on 64. So just the one treble needed for Prakash. Doesn't quite
60.
do it
Colin
this time.
Osborne,
Can't believe he's
64.
missed a treble, Corin.
I know, surprising with all the trebles that he's been hitting so far. Oh, double 8. Oh, over to the 2 4s. And he's able to find that
Game shot on
one.
the fifth flag. Colin Osborne.
And another break of throw there for Osborne. And probably the third break of throw in this match, I think. Gets it back to 3-2 with the darts.
Sixth leg, Colin to throw first. Game on.
We could potentially be looking at our first 7-legger of the evening.
100.
We could indeed cheer up the production team.
Well, it would be strange to go a whole evening without having one 7-leg match.
100. $140.
Yeah, Osborne's not giving up without a fight here. He wants that 7th leg.
81.
Which even, in all honesty, even if he does get, take us to a 7th and deciding leg and then does win the match, is probably not going to help him too much in terms of the table, because it would
85.
be, a 4-3 match in the end.
It would save him the honour of finishing bottom, possibly.
Yeah.
78.
Just taking a think about what he's going to do. Imagine he's going to stay up there at the 60.
60. 60.
Oh,
Colin
well, no
Osborne,
trouble there for Prakash
116.
means that Osborne's got the luxury of time on this 116. Treble 20 to leave 36, and he's found it. So across to double 18. And there it is.
Sixth leg. Colin
A
Osborne.
lovely 1-1-6 checkout for Osborne to even this match up to 3 apiece. So we are going to a 7th and deciding final leg.
Second ton
Seventh
plus
and final
finish
leg, Prakash to throw
for
first.
Osborne
Game
in
on.
this game, and his second one of the evening. A 106 and then a 116.
44.
Found that it's brought him level
Wow.
here at 3-3.
If he leaves himself 126 in this match, I'd like to fancy his chances of taking it out. 106, 116, 126.
135.
Just seems logical.
Would be a very spooky leave and a very spooky finish. After
80.
the hour of midnight here at the MODUS Super Series.
An unfortunate bounce out there for Prakash. That looked like it was in and out of that treble 20.
100.
And that's not what he wants in a deciding leg.
$88.
Wasn't able to find his 60 or 57 in that shot, but was able to get up there and get a 54.
58. $114.
Well, he made up for the missing the treble 20s in that last shot with that one. So 149 left for Prakash Jiwa to get himself his first win of the evening.
41. Prakash
Oh, a
Jiwa,
loose start there from
149.
Osborne. Still leaves himself a finish though. $57 for 32. Ooh.
109. Colin Osborne, 167.
Big ask here of Osborne. Oh, we're not going to see a 167. So Prakash will be back for
100.
tops and the
Prakash
match.
Jiwa, 40.
So tops for Prakash Jiwa. And
Game
his
shot
first
and the
win
match.
of the
Prakash
evening.
Jiwa.
Takes it with a 16 dart leg. A 4-3 win. And his first win of the evening, Prakash Jiwa. 97 average. 4 out of 7 on the doubles. It was that scoring that got him there first to give him those opportunities at the double. And he took them tonight. His second win in 2 nights over Colin Osborne. We head to a break. Grab yourself a few minutes to get yourself a coffee and join us on the other side.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where all the deciding has been done on decision day, as Prakash Jiwa has got the better of Colin Osborne by 4 legs to 3. Let's have a look then at the table, because it means we can say our congratulations now to Rob Collins, Adam Hunt and Owen Bates. All 3 of them are going to be at tomorrow's finals night here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. It's going to be a loud and raucous affair under the roof of the church, so make sure you get your tickets via dartshot.tv. We know our Super 6. What we are doing now is jostling for position. We're going to be doing exactly that in our next match as Rob Collins takes on Adam Hunt. Both of these players are going to finish as high up in the table as possible to see what that does for their chances tomorrow evening. So it's not just a victory lap. There's more important work to do with Colin Hammond and Scott Mitchell.
Agreed. Their H, as always. Our finalists are decided. It's just what position they will head into those Saturday night finals. And once again, don't forget dartshot.tv is the place to get your free tickets. Yes, you heard me correctly. Free tickets for tomorrow evening's finals, starting at an earlier time of 7:30.
Yes, a much more reasonable start time for us all, 7:30. Look forward to a lover finals night.
First. Game on. $60.
In this fixture last night, it was one of our 4 threes from last night, and Adam Hunt just managed to pip Rob Collins. Rob had the dance in that match.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see another 4-3 in this match, to be honest. I think these two have been 2 of the standout players of this evening so far, both in terms of their scoring and their finishing.
58.
But maybe, you know, now while, as Henry did mention, our finalists have been decided for tomorrow night, and
140.
both of these 2 players, along with Owen Bates, are confirmed to be through. However, it is still about the positioning, so it's still all to play for. Currently, Collins is out in front.
140. Adam Yukar, 167.
So he'd like to be winning this match to confirm himself as top of the table.
41.
Adam Hunt has 2 games left. This is one of his 2 games left. Everybody else only has 1.
$125. Adam McCall, 126. $84.
It's quite obvious. Should Rob Collins win this one, he will top the group.
Yes, that is true, but a win for Hunt here means that he still has the opportunity to get to 12 points, and therefore he would top the table.
6. Robbie O'Carr, 40.
Just shy on that double 18 there, leaving the opportunity for Collins to take 40 here, which he does.
Rob Collins.
And importantly, a break of throw in the first leg.
Both players unbeaten this evening. Something has to give.
Second leg, Rob to throw first. Game on.
Say first blood to Rob Collins with that break of throw. You said earlier, and it's a great saying, and it's true. Break a throw is not a break until you hold your own throw after it.
100.
And yes, that's the only way that break of throw can be cemented.
41.
An unusual stray dart there for Collins to score 41.
58.
Although 58 from Hunt doesn't really punish it all that much. So he's gotten away with it there.
58. $95.
Yeah, nice 95 from Hunt there's put him right back in this leg. Surprised that Collins has gone up to the top of the board there on 265 because 519s would have left him 170. 97 there doesn't leave him a finish either on 168. So the opportunity is here for Hunt to really get himself ahead in this leg, but needs a treble.
58.
Didn't find it.
I blocked it with the first start really and went hunting, didn't he? The hunter went hunting for a treble. Didn't find one.
100.
Collins first to the finish, even though he was on a bogey.
40. Robbie requires 68.
A more doable finish it is on the one that Hunt is left on.
Back up for tops here.
28. Adam Milcar,
And it's gone begging,
150.
so big one here for Hunt on 150. That first treble would have left him to look for another and then up to the double 18, but it's not to be. A wayward dart
45.
last there into
Robbie
the
Milcar,
7.
40.
Leaves him on 105. So another chance for Collins here, on still on tops.
Getting shot on the second leg.
Makes
Rob
no
Collins.
mistake about it this time. So there we have it. His hold of throw, giving him a 2-0 lead. He's halfway there. Halfway there to securing his
So they got
spot
him to
at
the
the top
first
of the
game on.
table for Group B.
Like we were saying last night, the day's work he's done
100.
today. He said he had to get himself back to sight after last night here.
54.
Yeah, that's a tiring thing. Being out at work all day on Thursday, coming and playing Thursday night, you know, and they're after midnight finishes and then back to
121.
work again Friday morning to be back here. Let's hope he has tomorrow morning. Let's hope he has tomorrow off work and gets a whole day's rest before tomorrow night's final.
Yeah, he's had 2 days. He's a
83.
steel erector. Last night he was saying he only had barely 3 hours sleep last night. By the time he left here, got back to the digs where they were been working.
85.
It was up again bright and early this morning and back at it. So
Well, it doesn't seem to have done him any harm so far. He's having a great night with
140.
3 from 3 wins so far, looking to make it 4 from 4.
yeah, he started the night well.
135.
But Adam Hunt is just sending him a message saying, I'm not going anywhere just yet.
$100. Adam Milcar, 60.
Adam Hunt's been around long enough to know that hold your throw here.
Being shot on the third leg. Adam Hunt.
And he's back in the game and puts the pressure back on Rob Collins. Rob would really dearly love
to throw first. Game on.
to come out on top of this group.
Yeah, well, the group outcomes decide who
100.
plays in what groups tomorrow night. So winning definitely does have its advantage.
140.
I bet doesn't higher up the group mean that you have the darts as well?
Yes.
$96.
The format stays the same so much as in legs wise, it's still best of 7.
100.
And it's still a round robin format with 2 groups of 3. Winner and runner up of each group going through to the semi-finals.
137.
Yeah, some good darts there from Collins, but doesn't leave him a finish.
83. 128.
No surprises there that he went down for 8 for his last start to leave himself his favoured tops. All Hunt can do here is apply some pressure, which he is doing very well. 18 to leave
138.
himself tops.
Rob your car 40.
Tops and tens have been Rob Collins' friend this evening.
Game shot
And
on the
they are
fourth leg.
once
Rob Collins.
again as he takes the fourth leg. M14 darts.
Fifth leg, Adam to throw first. Game on. $140.
The must-win leg for Hunt here.
That's easy for you to say. I must
96.
win.
Must win. Yeah, look, it's the witching hour now.
I'd like
100.
to just mention that I didn't actually say that. You did.
$83. 91.
Yeah, that was great board management from Hunt. Oh, look, now I can't get any words out right. Anyway, he's on 170. He'll be back for that.
58.
And he
Adam your
threw
car
well to get there.
170.
We
Yeah.
get where you were coming from.
Yeah,
We've got that.
exactly.
$95.
So it's this time it's Rob Collins' turn to be trailing.
45. Adam your car 75.
Double 17 coming in, then 54.
35.
Well, he's got time on his side here with Collins back on 219.
135. Adam your car 40.
Down for tens. Oh,
30.
went inside.
Rob your car 84.
Chances there for Collins to close out this match now if he can take out this 84. Got 2 darts at double 12. Oh, inside over for double 6. Oh, and just outside the wire
72.
there as well. Him having to
Adam your car
have a look,
10.
make sure that it's not in there.
Paul Hinks brought his second set of eyes in there to just make sure.
Oh, and
Game
Hunt
shot on
wasn't
the fifth
mucking around
leg.
there. He
Adam
was
Hunt.
just going straight for double 1. Oh, and Adam thought that he'd broken
Six
the
leg
throw
Rob
of
to throw
Collins
first.
there,
Game on.
and that it was going to be his darts in this 6th leg, but it is in fact Rob.
I think we've seen Rob playing some superb
140.
darts during this group, and I know he'd been struggling a little bit at the Challenge Tour a couple of weeks back, so
100.
this is going to give him a big lift. His form this evening. This leg will see him go through the card, and 4 out of 4 this evening.
59.
Should he get it?
Well, he only needs another 302 points. Seems quite simple, doesn't it?
125.
Absolutely, and looking at the 180 tally for the week, there's 198. Uh,
140.
Oh, I can't say I agree with that shot there, because he did miss that treble 20 and now he's left himself on a bogey.
100.
He's lucky that Hunt didn't hit 140 there.
And devil's advocate, you tend to hit 2 treble 20s when you leave yourself on a bogey more often than
Yeah,
not.
absolutely.
83.
Yeah, went for the bull the last start there, 50 or 25. Fell short. Now we'll be back for 79.
116.
I can only
From the class
imagine he's going to
79.
go treble 13. No, he's going to go to 57. 20 for tops.
Guaranteeing that he's getting a dart at it.
Game shot
And he
of the
hits
match,
it.
Rob
A
Collins.
nice 79 for a 15 dart holder throw there for Rob Collins. He's confirmed now as group winner of Group B on evening 2. He put the hard work in this evening. 4 out of 4. He goes through the card. Tops the group as number 1. There are the stats. 91 average. He's been very consistent this evening. 4 out of 8 on the doubles. So his checkout stats are 50%. There'll be more darts here for you when we come back after the break.
Welcome back to the
This is the MODUS Super Series. $180.
It's the top international darts competition you can watch day or night. So you could have it with a sandwich during your lunch break at work, or you could have it later on in the evening with your cup of Horlicks before you go to bed. This is the MODUS Super Series on Sporty Stuff TV. And before the break, we saw Rob Collins top the group following victory. And so now we got 2 more matches to go in Group B. It kicks off with Owen Bates against Prakash Jiwa, and in the commentary box is Scott Mitchell and Colin Hammond.
Thank you, Henry. I don't think I'm the only one that's affected by the witching hour, talking about having cups of Horlicks before bed. Anyway, back to the match at hand. I wonder if we're going to see the same Prakash that we saw in his last match against Colin Osborne, which would be quite ironic given the matches that Owen Bates has already found himself in this evening. He's come up against an in-form Rob Collins and then Adam Hunt to start with, then Rob Collins. So yeah, he's thinking that
First leg he's going to
everyone's bringing out their best games against him.
Game on.
Maybe even Owen Bates will be able to relax here because he's safe and he's through to the Saturday night. And for a debutant to come through, and it's been a long week for him the last 5 days, and he'll be pleased to get a good night's sleep and a bit of a lie-in in the morning and come back fresh-eyed and all
43.
rosy for tomorrow night's final. That would have been his aim at the start of the week, and fair play to him. Goal number 1 achieved.
Exactly. But
41.
he still is in there for the 2nd and 3rd position. Currently, he's 3rd on the table behind Adam Hunt, both on 8 points, but with the
24.
leg difference, Adam with a positive 3 and Owen with a positive 2. So it's still very much tight between
60.
the two of them. And of course, Adam Hunt will be playing in our last game this evening against Colin Osborne.
60.
So still all to be decided.
It sure is, and it's been that way all week. The groups have gone right down
125.
to the last matches. We had 45 matches in Group A, and we did not know the winner until game 44 in that Group A, which
100.
turned out to be Leonard Gates, and he's an entertainer. And we'll be seeing him on Saturday night in the finals. He's had a couple of days break. Let's not forget he was at the seniors at the
99.
weekend. So he needed a couple of well-earned days off. But he's been over in the hotel, practicing on the board in the hotel.
140 on your car, 76.
Yeah, we often talk about whether that's a help or a hindrance. Down for 16.
56.
Sure, just
Prakash
shy on that
Jiwa,
tops.
134.
My feeling it's possibly a hindrance because obviously the groups are so small again on the finals night, and it's like starting again, and you
94
have no
on
time
your
with only
car,
2 games
20.
in the group.
Game shot on
Yeah,
the
there
first
we
leg.
have it.
Owen Bates.
Bates with double 10 for the first leg of this match, and a important hole to throw. Yeah, there's players that prefer to have to play all 5 days, and then there's
They
those
make
that
Prakash to
prefer
throw first,
to
Gimmer.
have a couple of days off and not really think about it.
Now I'm a
43.
senior, I probably would prefer to have a couple of days off, and that's probably the way that Leonard sees it. Him being a senior also.
$180.
Our first 180 of this match for Bates here. I'm not even going to pretend like I know how many he's already hit this evening.
Well, I can tell you that.
Yeah, so I'm leaving it for you, Scotty.
It's his 5th of the evening. He had 4 last night, so he's overcome his tally from evening 1.
125.
And he was on the 9, and he knew it. Just pulled it over to, I think it was more of a deflection rather than a pull into the 5.
91.
But
Either way, it wasn't another 180. This one might be, though. Yes, it is his second 180 in the same leg. And that is our 200th 180 for this week.
81. On your car, 16.
Milestone indeed, and Owen Bates is on a 10-dart leg, and that will be our shortest leg of the week.
Game shot on the second
And
leg.
indeed
Owen
it
Bates.
is.
What a fantastic leg there from Bates. Just shows the quality of player that he is.
So they're going to throw first. Game on.
So Owen Bates after 2 legs, right up there and
100.
above the ton and the averages.
And he's going to keep it there, starting off this leg with a ton.
80. 60.
We are at 1:45 in the morning. A 20-year-old
82.
young man has just done a 10-darter. It's not normal, is it? Well, 1, to be playing this time of the morning, and 2, to be getting 10
60.
darters and still looking as fresh-faced as this young fella.
Well, that's because he's 20 years old. This is like prime time for him.
100.
Yeah, whereas, as H said, I've been in bed for the last 3 hours with me Horlicks. Well, Horlicks to H.
100. 97.
And there goes Prakash with his cover shot on the 57. He's quite good at those.
59. Prakash Jiwa, 142.
We're not going to see a 142 checkout. Should be down to the treble
90.
10, yeah.
Owen Bates, 122.
So Bates will start on the 18s here. He will stay there. Double 7.
Oh, just inside there.
115. Prakash Jiwa, 52.
Opportunity for Prakash here to get himself on the board. And it will actually be a break of throw as well.
32.
Oh, wasn't
On your
able to
class,
find the
7.
double though. So Bates has another chance here with 7. And he's not mucking around either, going straight for the double
Game
1.
shot
And
on
it
the third
pays
leg.
off
Owen
for him
Bates.
too. Nice 2-dart finish there off 7 for a 3-0 lead, and was importantly able to hold his throw there. So it's
Fourth
tough
leg,
work for
to throw
Prakash from
first.
here.
Game on.
Spotters went up there for the 1. Lucky enough, the 5 is close. Made them look like they knew what they were doing.
140.
Young Bates obviously knew what he wanted,
41.
because he knows darts. And he mastered that little shot out of 7, 5
80.
double 1. Not seen very often, but once you make the decision of where you're going, you make your decision and go in there and get it, and that's exactly what he did.
95. 60. 100. 65.
Oh, Bates would have been looking for 519s there. Needs another one of those.
83. Prakash Jiwa,
Not able to find it,
156.
so
41.
oh, a loose start there from Prakash.
58. Prakash Jiwa 115.
Bit of a slow leg from both of them here, really. After we've seen Bates with a 10 data, fell
96.
short on the double 19 there again,
124.
giving Bates the opportunity to take out the match with a 1-2-4. Good first start, 14 for Bull. Oh, double 11. And what
Game
a
shot
finish
in the
from
match,
him.
Owen Bates.
1-2-4 from Bates to give him a 4-0 whitewash over Prakash Jiwa. But what a great end to his campaign here in Group B for Owen Bates. Just shy of a 90 average, those two 180s, which both happened in the same leg. 4 from 6 on his checkout, so 66% checkout, highest checkout of 1-2-4 there. So that sees him move to second place on the table in 10 points, ahead of Adam Hunt, who we know is also qualified, but will be playing Colin Osborne in our last match of the evening and the last match of Group B here. So please join us after the break.
One final chapter to be written, one final turn of the page, the final flickers of the inked pen. For after this, the I's will be dotted and the T's will be crossed. The turn of the page will signal the end of a chapter. But who will have the final word in the story of Group B? Osborne and Hunt, the North-East battle reaches commencement, watched by an Aussie and a farmer from Dorset.
Many thanks. H, you've got that right. One is an Aussie and one is a farmer from Dorset. He's actually got something right this evening. Well done, H. Well done. Good spot. I've enjoyed it this evening. Working alongside you, mate. It's been good.
I know. I mean, we've shared road trips to darts before. We've shared barbecues, which I've cooked, but we've not ever shared the commentary box before. So this has been great.
Yeah, and it's not even Valentine's night either. We missed that one as well. So
Yeah, but importantly, it is now my birthday.
is it indeed?
It is.
Wow, I did not know that. If
Yes,
I'd have known, I'd have brought you a present.
And here I am, sitting in the commentary box.
I think Greg's is closed, otherwise I could have got you
Oh, I love a Greg sausage roll.
a good old English sausage roll for your birthday. But anyway, let's get back to the darts. We digress. Adam Hunt and Colin Osborne. Adam Hunt and Colin Osborne here. The result last night was a 4-1 win when they met for Colin Osborne in quite a high-scoring encounter for Osborne. He had a 96 average. It was Adam's debut and first match here, so
45.
a little bit different this evening for Adam Hunt. He's had a few games up there now. This is his 8th game up there.
$81. $41. $85.
So there's still a little bit on this for Adam Hunt. It will
100.
dictate which group he goes into.
Yeah,
81.
it does make a difference where they finish in each of the tables because, as you said, it does decide the groups for the finals night. You'd think I'd actually know off the top of my head who goes into what group, seeing as
94.
I've been to so many finals night, but I just wait for Henry to tell me all those kind of things.
He's a stats man, isn't
Exactly.
135. Adam McCall, 170.
he? Not to be confused with the scat man back in the 90s. Who was
Actually, that could probably work quite well for him too.
58. Colin Osborne, 74.
It was in the 90s hit parade. Back when CDs were the thing of the future.
Game shot on the first leg. Colin
Nice
Osborne.
74 check out there for Osborne to take a 1-0 lead in this match. The last of this evening, the last of Group B.
Second leg, Adam to throw first. Game on.
Saturday morning is the morning where the whole production team get a bit of a lie-in
140.
after a heavy 5 days of action, which hasn't disappointed this week. Been 3 really
54.
good and interesting groups. This is how a MODUS Super Series works. Have we seen some
60.
stars of the future this week? We've seen some young fellas getting their first chance on the MODUS Super Series stage. Where will they go? Nobody knows.
100.
You will have to stay tuned and keep your eyes out for them.
Yes, we're all set for a great finals night tomorrow night.
180.
A superb lineup that we have ahead of us. Nice 180 there from Hunt to leave him 1-2-1. Oh, and matched by Colin Osborne to leave himself 1-6-7. Oh, and the wayward 5 there for Hunt means that he's not going to be taking out that 1-2-1. So Osborne has the opportunity for a 2-0 lead here if he can get 3 perfect darts. There's 1. There's 2. Oh,
142. Adam Milcar, 78.
and it wasn't to be. You wonder if that drop dart might have ruined his concentration there. So 20 for tops for Hunt.
Game shot
And
on the
he
second
makes no
leg.
mistake
Adam
about
Hunt.
that and evens up the match at 1 apiece.
I think you're right. I don't think it ruined its concentration. Probably more his
So
momentum.
they Colin to throw first. Game on.
He was throwing quite quickly at that point, and we're seeing him throw a little quicker now than he has all week.
180.
There he is, back into the 180s for his second of the match.
140.
Follows closely behind.
Ironically, that's his 6th 180 of the evening, and last night he only hit 3 in the whole evening. So he's on 9 for the group.
140. 81. 85.
Maybe this throwing quicker works well for Osborne. It certainly seems to be so far. Down on 96, well ahead
45.
of Hunt in this leg. Finds a treble 20 for double 18. Oh, what a great marker. And there it is, 96. Check out for Osborne to take a 2-1 lead. And just look at the average he's throwing here so far, a 105.57. I'm sure he's thinking, where was this earlier in the evening?
Are we going to see a Colin Osborne with pace after he watches this back?
123.
Yeah, I think it works well for him.
Don't worry, it won't catch on with me. I can't throw that quick. My eyes won't focus quick enough.
85. 60. 180.
And he's back in those treble 20s again for his third 180 of the match. So in this match, he's thrown as many 180s as what he did all evening
100.
last night.
So we're hearing from our statisticians in our ears that
43.
now that Colin Osborne with his 2 legs
58.
means that Adam Hunt can only finish 3rd in the group.
139. Adam Milcar, 160.
Another one of those for Hunt. Not
100.
to be.
Colin Milcar, 54.
Tops for Osborne and a break of throw. Double 10 it is,
on the
though.
4th leg. Colin Osborne.
A nice 15 data, break of throw there for Osborne to take a commanding 3-1 lead here against Adam
This leg,
Hunt.
Colin to throw first. Game on. 100. 100. 135. 59. 99.
A good 99 there from Osborne's going to leave him on that 167 again.
42. Colin Osborne, 167.
He got the first 2 perfect darts last time. Oh, not to be this time.
139. $60. Colin Osborne, 28.
So double 14 here for the match for Osborne. Double 7.
14.
Oh.
$94. Colin Osborne,
Back
14.
on 240, so Osborne will come in for a 16-dart leg on double
Game,
7.
shot, and the match. Colin
Wins the
Osborne.
match 4-1. And that concludes Group B. There are your stats. Colin Osborne, 4-1. The same result as he did last night against Adam Hunt. And impressive stat there, a 101 average, our third 100 average of the evening. 4 out of 11 though on the doubles, could have been better. But that concludes Group B. We will head off to a break and you will join us after for a summary of what we've seen this evening.
In fact, we'll go straight to me because we are heading towards the late hours here at the Super Series, and we have seen some fantastic darts here in Group B, so much so that Scott and Quinn thought, don't want to talk to me about it up here on the balcony. Let's have a look then at the table following the end of our matches. 8 games played for each of our players, and as you can see, Rob Collins is the victor at the end of it. In fact, what we'll do before that is we'll get the Week 2 Saturday finalists slide up and running. Now, we saw Leonard Gates win Group A, didn't we, on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. He's going to be back as part of Group 1 and the offering there. He's going to join John Brown and Owen Bates in Group 1. Then in Group 2, we're going to see Conan Whitehead, the champion from back in October. He's going to be joined by Rob Collins and Adam Hunt. That's going to be in Group 2 of our action. That's tomorrow evening in terms of our finalists and where they're going to be placed. We can now have a look at that Group B table at the end of play. Rob Collins leads the way and is the winner on 12 points. Owen Bates on 10, Adam Hunt on 8. And so those places will determine, as we saw in that previous slide, where they are based in the finals. Colin Osborne, really good end to his campaign, but just didn't quite happen for him on Friday, which is why he finished 4th, and Prakash Jiwa in 5th spot in the table. Well, we are going to head off now, and tomorrow night we will be back with the finals of the MODUS Super Series. Don't forget, you can be here in person each and every single Saturday night. 7:30 start, tickets are free, they're available via dartshop.tv. But we'll see you tomorrow evening, remember, 7:30 on the MODUS Super Series YouTube channel. Before then, Sporty Stuff TV from 10 p.m. and we'll see you for all the action there. Have a good evening, take care, bye-bye for now. That's all right.